How to Ki-44 in War Thunder Air Realistic Battle. The important thing to note about the Ki-44 Shoki is, it is not a zero. I repeat, the Ki-44 is not a zero. Chomp EOM. It is a common fallacy that every Japanese aircraft is a zero. When Fred Thompson shot down a Ki-51 Sonya, he duly wrote that it was a zero he shot down. When Lex Halliday shot down a 6-engine Mavis flying boat, he was credited with shooting down a zero. When Lloyd Avery's crew shot down 3 Ki-44s, they claimed 3 zeros destroyed. To repeat again, the Ki-44 is not a zero. Chomp EOM. Why did Nakajima build not a zero? Other nations were building interceptors, and Japan wanted to be part of the club. There was also this pesky super bomber specification in the US, that would become the B-29, and Japan wanted a counter. The Ki-44 not a zero was the answer. Interceptors need to climb faster than a sales manager can cut and paste a poorly formatted Excel graph into a PowerPoint presentation. The Ki-44s are the best climbers at their battle rating. Use this climb rate to be above your opponents, and boom and zoom, to close out the not a zero sales presentation. The Ki-44's armament is so lame, I bet you think this how-to is about you, don't you? Don't you? Japan happily threw the Ki-44 against the B-29 with 7.7mm and 12.7mm machine guns. When not a zero received cannon, it was the 40mm, which has the same range and lethality as a beanbag toss in cornhole. Which belts should you use? For the Ki-44-1, use universal belts for the 7.7mm guns, and stealth belts for 12.7mm machine guns. The Ki-44-2 is 12.7mm machine guns in the nose and wings, so use the air target belts. Same for the Ki-44-2 Otsu. There are 4 Ki-44 not a zero in the game. 2 are researchable and 2 are premiums. Should you buy the premiums? The short answer is no. The premium Ki-44-1 is the same as the researchable Ki-44-1, so no advantage there. The Ki-44-2 Otsu has the 40mm cannon. It is an oddity but is not even useful in arcade. Skip it, or Cyclone Tracy will be angry, and ruin Christmas. The best way to grind the Japanese tech tree is with the zero, so buying not a zero is not as good as just playing a zero. How should you play the Ki-43 not a zero? Don't play it like a turn and burn zero, you want to be more like the American not a zeros and boom and zoom. Use your climb rate to get 2 kilometers above your opponents, and take shallow sips of your sake, as you gracefully swoop down and reduce your opponent to zero. In summary, don't be a zero in your not a zero, otherwise you might end up a zero, as you have zero interest in being a zero in your not a zero.